All right, you can mess with your man a little bit. You can mess with your woman a little bit, but you got to keep your hands off the PlayStation, man. That is off limits when it comes to relationships. Mo knows this.
Yeah, I do. I have a cousin who is dating someone she is taking petty to an entirely new level. And I'm really not that mad at it. So he calls me and he's clearly in a panic. I have no idea what this is about. And he's like, bro, I need your help. And I'm like, okay, what's up? What you got going on? And he says, the girl that I'm dating won't give me my PlayStation back.
She actually is holding it hostage?
Yes.
And are there hostage negotiations going on right now?
That's exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
So
What'd he do?
So he tells me this and I'm like, first of all, how old are you, right? Because why are you going through this? And I'm making fun of him. And he's not there for the jokes. He's like, this is not it's not a time for games.
He's like, bro, I'm grounded.
And y'all make fun of me for playing my PlayStation, which I play maybe once or twice a week. We're talking about somebody who is a gamer. Like, this guy is on his game every day. And so I'm like, what did you do? So he wanted me to make it clear that they are, quote unquote, dating. He feels like that's important information. They are not in a, quote unquote, relationship. They are dating. And they have been dating for about 3 months now.
They're in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You said it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So
They're in a relationship.
I think so too.
That's his girlfriend.
They're gonna get married.
Yeah. They're already engaged.
This is just relationship trauma ASMR. He's a boyfriend.
So I know this is gonna trigger him too, and that's hilarious. But she wanted him to meet her family. She felt like it was time.
They're definitely dating.
And he, because he's afraid to admit this, felt like it was too soon. So
He's afraid of commitment.
the timing thing is different for everybody, right? When are you supposed to meet somebody's family? Who knows?
He really needs to get therapy.
Okay. So he decides, I'm not doing it. He puts his foot down. She says, why? He feels like because I have trauma from the past of where I was moving too fast. I don't want to move so fast in this relationship.
You can use code Abby for better help. Actually, that's a total lie.
I don't know why y'all keep whispering
It's
it.
code Bert.
Y'all all,
10% off your first month.
y'all all doing the Katie right now. When whispering into the
When
mic.
she comes on, right? She whispered.
So she felt like, all right, well, I don't understand why you can't meet my family. I feel like we have gotten to that point in the relationship. I've done enough for you to feel like we should be there. And if we're not there, then we should discuss why, because she feels like that's where they should be. And he's like, and she also told him, which was a valid point because they both listen to my podcast a lot. And I'm always saying that you should try your best to heal and not bring past traumas into new relationships with people who have nothing to do with what you've been through, which is, in a way, what he's doing. So she had a point. Kind of got me on the side.
Queen knows her worth.
So he decides to meet her in the middle, which shocked me, right? And he's like, all right, cool. I'll go meet your family.
Compromise is the key to a healthy relationship.
Is it, though? Is it? Because he went to meet her family. They met. He was uncomfortable, super awkward. Said it wasn't the greatest time. It was a lot of family there. They weren't really the happiest of the way that their relationship is going. So they gave him a hard time. So fast forward about a week or two later, unfortunately, someone in her family is not doing so well. And the family is getting together in order to surround this person with love, just in case they don't make it. He was honest in saying, God forbid something happens, I'll be there, I'll support you through it. But there was one particular day where the family was getting together. He was like, I'm going to be honest, I feel uncomfortable. I can't do it. I don't want to go.
This is not about him. It's about supporting her. And her
Well,
need. Retweet.
That's probably how she felt. So it doesn't happen. He doesn't go. He leaves his PlayStation. He goes to work. Since that day, it's been about 5 days now. Every time he tries to call her to come over and get his PlayStation, she's not home. She is conveniently not home.
That's suspicious.
So that's what he said. Why you have not been home in the last 5 days? She's like, well, listen, you're not going out your way to be with my family. I'm not going out of my way to be home.
Ooh.
I really like her energy.
Nah, I say run.
That's what he wants to do, but he can't get his PlayStation.
You know, I think I've told you this before. I lost a PlayStation the same way. The exact same way.
You did?
What?
Yeah. Remember Chandra, right? I was dating this girl back in the day. Fiery Guyana girl. Fiery, man. She scared me.
Is that the one that punched you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would also be scared of a woman who punched me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we went on vacation together the next day. That's how dysfunctional it was. Either way, she scared the hell out of me. And it was that relationship where you're living together, but you're not living together. Like I had a house with a whole bunch of other dudes, but I was over at her house so much that most of my stuff was over there. And I was scared to break up with her. So I thought, you know what? I'll just take one item out of her apartment like every day. And she won't realize that I'm slowly breaking up with her. So one day it would be socks. Another day it would be a t-shirt. And the last thing was going to be the PlayStation. And she caught on to my strategy here with about a week left. And I just left everything there, and it was the PlayStation.
No.
Yeah, one of them
You
was the
left
PlayStation.
it?
I left it, man. I was so scared.
Man.
Believe it or not, I'm going to come to his defense here because depending on the treatment he received when he went and visited her family, met her family for the first time, like if you feel like there was legitimate like mistreatment or toxicity, etc., I don't blame him for not wanting to be around her family. If he wasn't like, you got to protect your own mental health for sure. I do think he needs to do a little self-work, but I don't blame him for standing his ground and being like, yeah, the last time I hung out with your family, it was not a good experience, and I don't want to put myself in that position again. That is if that's how it went down. Now, if he's just kind of being a wuss about stuff and exaggerating how bad the treatment is because he's a commitment phobe and doesn't want to go and support her, especially in this really dire time of need, well, then that's a different story.
Let me ask you how the PlayStation works here real quick. It's been years since I've had one, right? Is he more... How much is the hardware for the PlayStation? Just the console itself?
I think $500-$600.
Okay, so that's expensive. Is he more worried when you give up your PlayStation? Do you give up all the info also, like on the soft drive, like all the info you do?
I see what you're asking. So you can't go buy a new PlayStation and still have all of the things that you. No, it's a hard drive now.
Then he's got to fight.
Yeah.
What's the name of the person that you send to shake somebody down?
A hitman?
No, not a hitman.
That's to kill him, man.
Tomato.
Like the muscle, like a bookie?
It's not a bookie. Isn't there like a name for that name for a person where you go to like shake somebody down to like get your money? So he needs to hire somebody to go over to her apartment to like shake her down and get his PlayStation back.
Yeah, okay.
How about Bert's ex-girlfriend?
Yeah.
There you go. He's fiery.
Said Chandra.
She is fiery.
The Bert Show.